Hey everyone, it's Friday, April 26, 2019. It's a little after 5 p.m. and I'm making this video because we've had a very long time to think about Avengers Endgame, and I have some predictions that I'd like to make about the film. I have not seen the film. I'm going to be seeing it on Saturday. And before I go any further, if you don't want any bias going in, if you don't want any potential spoilers, if I get anything right, just watch this after you've seen the movie, and then after you've seen the movie, don't put spoilers in the comments. We can talk about it in the future, but I don't want this movie spoiled for anybody, including myself. That being said, here we go with some of my predictions, and also let me preface this by saying I am not a comic book aficionado. I really haven't read anything of it. These are my predictions based on storytelling and filmmaking. I feel like I have some knowledge of how things are done, and so here are some of my predictions purely about the story, not really about the technicalities of the comic or how things are exactly going to play out. So one thing that I believe for sure will happen is that Iron Man and Pepper Potts will get married. And that's very clearly set up at the beginning of Infinity War, and that's something that Iron Man wants. He even mentions having a child. So whatever order that takes, maybe they will have a child, maybe they will get married, but I believe that that will be kind of the cherry on top towards the very end of Endgame. And I believe Iron Man will survive. He's been through so much, but I also think, that being said, I actually think it will be his retirement. Obviously, aside from the fact that Robert Downey Jr.'s contract can't last forever, Iron Man can't be the leader of the team forever, or at least one of the leaders. We're going to take over with new heroes. So him getting married is his way of putting the suit down, at least until his next cameo. Another thing that I strongly believe at this point is that Captain America will die. And Captain America has been an amazing character, but if you really look at his arc is always to make the sacrifice play, which is something he talks about in the first Avengers. And the truth is, he's already lost everyone he knows. He's lost Peggy. And when you really think about what he represents, I feel like this is the best way to resolve his arc. And I also believe that the Russos and Marvel know that there has to be a true cost. I don't think that I don't think that the problems with Infinity War, the problems caused in the movie will be resolved without a cost, and I think Marvel knows that. So I think Captain America will die, but it will be a very heroic death. And I think that's going to be like the showstopper right there, is when we know he's definitively gone. So I believe that will happen. I believe that overall, this movie is about bringing the Avengers together finally in the best way possible. You saw them in Avengers. They have a meltdown and Loki tears them apart, but then they come back together. Age of Ultron, they're still not all on the same page. And of course, Civil War, they all just, that leaves them in shambles. So this movie, the bulk of this movie, it starts with the first original 6 Avengers, but it's going to be about them actually coming together for a common goal. They have to set everything aside to reverse basically the snap. And that's going to be really cool. And so what that's going to result in is the epic hero shot. And what's Marvel's done that's really smart is that in the first Avengers, we had the 6 pan around, the 6 Avengers shot. In Civil War, we had the 6 versus 6 against each other shot. But in Infinity War, we never got anything like that. All the Avengers weren't reunited. Cap and Iron Man were never reunited. Widow and Hulk were never reunited. All this stuff. So the crazy part is, I think at some point in the movie, we're going to get a crazy hero shot towards the end with a great majority of the characters. And it's just going to be crazy. I think that that's going to blow everyone's mind. The next thing that I believe, and this is really interesting, but I'm going to make a prediction here. I believe that based on the storyline of Thanos in Infinity War, I believe that this movie's not really about defeating Thanos anymore. It's about reversing Thanos' actions. So that being said, I believe Thanos will play a part in the film. He's going to have an arc, but I also believe he's going to have a change of heart based on the actions of the Avengers. Uh, Somehow, thematically, the actions of that whatever happens in Endgame is going to actually change Thanos' worldview, and I think it's really important because that's his character arc. So, that being said, after the actions of the Infinity Gauntlet are reversed, I believe that because of Thanos' change of heart, I believe Thanos will go back to the Soul Stone, to Vormir, and actually sacrifice himself to bring Gamora back. I don't know exactly how we get there, but I believe that that would resolve his character arc, because I don't think that this film's about defeating Thanos. That was what the Infinity War was about. This film is going to be about something very different, which is, I believe, is focused on the Avengers. This is no longer Thanos' story. Thanos will be defeated, but I don't think simply defeating him is going to not only be easy, but I also think it's not going to be that obvious. I think Thanos will... We need to bring Gamora back, obviously, for Guardians 3, but that aside, I think, arc-wise, I think the only way he really can have that resolution is to lay down his own life with a worldview change. Some other things that I think are important, I believe Thanos... I'm sorry, not Thanos, Thor. I'm willing to predict that he will get back together with Natalie Portman's character. And I know that's kind of out there. Some people have speculated, like, Valkyrie. I don't see that happening, and mostly because Thor is in a place where he's lost everything. He's lost Asgard, he's lost a lot of his friends, he's lost Heimdall, he's lost Loki, he's lost both of his parents. So he's in a really desperate place, but I'm saying this is not going to happen until the very end. And I believe that they set up that relationship with him and Natalie Portman in a very strong way. I don't think that they should unbreak that. And I don't think they will. But that'll be the cherry on top again. This is all the falling action after the resolution of the main plot. Black Widow with Bruce Banner, of course. That's going to happen. I also think that with Cap dying, we're going to need a new team leader. And I think that the new team leader, I believe it will be Captain Marvel. That doesn't mean it's going to revolve around her, but she's going to assume that leadership role. And then one of my last predictions here is the cutscene. This is a very specific one. It's just this idea that there won't be a cutscene, or it's going to be a cutscene that is neither funny, but it's trying to resolve. This is a movie. The whole movie is about resolution. We're resolving the arcs of the main 6 Avengers. Hawkeye's going to go be reunited with his family, yada yada yada. But the cutscenes are always meant to, like, tie us to the next movie. I don't think that there's going to be any loose strings. I think Marvel knows they need to close this journey and to start some new adventure in their universe. But I actually hope that there either is no cutscene, or that it's a cutscene that is extremely tasteful. That's not a joke. That's not some peek at another character. Or some unresolved plot thread. I think this needs to be full-on emotional resolution. We've been held in suspense for a whole year, and I wanted to just make this video because I really love the movies, and I just love the inventiveness and the storytelling and the continuity of the characters. Marvel has just done so many things right because they're character-driven stories. I just had a little marathon of the movies, and I was listening to the Russo brothers commentary, and they're all about complex villains and character-driven storytelling. And I honestly think that's what we're going to get here. I'm not even going to try to predict how things resolve plot-wise. Honestly, none of that really matters to me. All that matters is that the characters, this whole epic 10-year, 22-movie saga is resolved in an emotionally satisfying way. And if they can do that, I think we're all going to be very happy. And I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I didn't spoil anything for you, but we'll see how I did. So good luck. Enjoy the movie. Don't hear any spoilers if you can avoid it. And talk again soon. I'll maybe do a recap video and see how close I was. Okay. Bye. Avengers Endgame!